Hey, besties! I'm McKinley.
I'm Danielle. Welcome back to Dash of Pink.
Woohoo!
Hey, guys.
It's been a minute for you guys. Hasn't been a minute for us.
No. It's been like, 20 minutes for us?
We're just, and repeat.
I have a hair
we are.
somewhere.
Oh, I got it. There's nothing worse than when there's a hair and you can't find it. I was getting my nails done.
Well, you just start doing a circle around your face to try to figure it out. It's like, where are you? Yeah.
Get off of me. But when there's one hair over, have you ever had an eyelash curl under and you can't get it?
Yes.
Oh, it's awful.
My all-time least favorite thing is when you get a fuzzy on your eyelashes, like one of the super thin ones that you can't even see.
You can't get it.
And you can feel it poking you, but also your eyelashes are in the way when you're looking in the mirror to try to figure out what's going on.
How do you get it?
You have to get the right angle to get it to flash in the light, and then you kind of...
Are you one of those people that can touch your eyeball?
Yeah.
I was going to say, I am not the type, there's a few people, one of my friends growing up would not, be able to rub her eye to get things. I'm like, no, I can get all the way.
No. My problem is if I feel something in my eyeball, I can't stop touching it until
I'm going to dig it out.
Yeah, no, I would rather make my eye hurt from, touching it than know that there's something in there and I can't get it.
Hey, your eyelashes look good.
Oh, thanks. I don't like this side, but I like this side, but not this side.
No.
It's fine.
Do you sleep on your side?
Yeah.
I sleep on this side, and I notice that my lashes on this side are always crammed, and this one always looks amazing. My words.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
After holidays?
Yeah. We're filming right after the holidays. Are we well?
Here. No, but it's fine. It's fine.
We showed up. We're here. We're putting happy faces on, and life will get better. Holidays
were a lot this year.
Holidays were a lot for you this year.
A lot.
But it was Hayden's first Christmas.
It was. It was good. Don't get me wrong. But we were bouncing between people so much.
Yeah.
Because it was our last year sleeping over at people's house. So we slept at my parents' house this year instead of Ty's parents' house. But then we still had to wake up early to go to Ty's parents' house. So we spent Christmas Eve morning. We went to breakfast with my parents. Then we went to Ty's parents' house for Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Eve dinner, we ate there. Then Ty and I had to go to our house, and there was a whole issue there at our house that we had to fix. And so it took us a minute there. And then we went to my parents' house and hung out for a while and went to bed and then woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning, which Hayden was so mad. She was so mad.
Poor baby.
So we went to open presents at Ty's parents' house, got back to my parents' house, and spent the whole day there. So it was...
I'm exhausted for you. So
it was fun, but it was a lot, and I'm kind of sad because I didn't get very many pictures of Hayden that day, and other people got some, but it's I didn't get a whole lot. Ty was vlogging the whole time, so it was great, but it was because we were so all over the place, I don't feel like I was 190% present, and because there were some other things going on too, I wasn't very present on the holidays at all this year because I just had a lot of background stuff happening.
There was a lot happening in your mind.
Yeah. So I don't think I was really fully present these holidays anyway, which, yes, is Hayden's first, but I'm also you know what? Next year's going to be what matters because she's going to start remembering.
And it's going to be so fun next year because she's going to have her own personality. Piper was so fun on Christmas this year. She was a ball of energy. All of my kids were at such good ages because Nick's is 6, Rayla's 5, Piper's 2. And it was fun. The Christmas magic. You could feel it. It was so there, fun. And it was so fun.
I'm honestly so excited because next year we're going to do Christmas Eve with Ty's parents still. But we were going to leave earlier. We were going to leave earlier from their house so that we could go and do our own thing Christmas Eve night for a minute.
Yeah.
Next year I'm going to make sure we're hey, Ty, we need to be gone by 7.
Yeah.
We were we'll be gone by 6 or 7. I think we left at 8:30.
And then it's
And then it was just kind of... so I'm next year we're going to be more strict on, hey, if dinner's not done by 5, we're leaving dinner early and doing our own dinner so that we can do our own thing and then going to my parents' house for Christmas morning after 10 a.m.
Yeah, to kind of spend your morning.
Yeah.
I like that. This is a random thought that just popped into my head. I have a pet peeve that I would like to display. As my kids have gotten older, can we stop filming the elf situation? I don't even want to say it because I don't want to be the podcast that outs things, because there was a podcast that outed things that my kids, like, everything. Like, I am so annoyed. Like, I understand content is the job, all of the things, but, like, our kids have access and, like, are seeing things on our phones, and it's going to spoil it. And one of my friends literally had her child in Nixon's in first grade. In first grade, get told ruining Christmas magic. In first grade. First grade.
Okay, here's my thing. As a parent, listen, if your kids know some things,
yes,
it is your responsibility to make sure that child knows
not to ruin it,
not to ruin the magic for other people.
If you decide, because I know there's a lot of families that don't choose to even tell their kids about Santa. Like, I think it's okay that we can talk about that. I think, like, there's a lot of families that choose to not participate in Santa at their house, and that is okay. And I totally understand that being your choice, but to manipulate,
I'm not judging everyone. Just
no.
Sorry.
I
hope we're talking about the same people.
I think we are based on how you're talking.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
Your family, not my family.
No? Huh? It's not my family?
No.
You're not claiming them?
No, I'm not claiming them.
I'm like, no, it's our family.
I'm not claiming them.
I'm pretty sure it's ours.
Nope.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I forgot what I was going to say after
Sorry.
Let me be sorry. No.
That's my bad.
I remember. I think like Danielle said, it is your responsibility, but when you try to change everyone else's situation to fit yours, it's kind of unfair. If you make that decision when most people choose the magic and choose the fun and choose that experience for their kids, you, like Danielle said, you need to sit your child down and say, honey,
have a conversation.
We don't talk about this with our friends at school. And I understand that as kids get older, like, they talk, like, they do things like that. But for a first grader, like, that's
I also
not
believe
okay.
There's a level of respect that you teach your kids of, hey, you can't.
No.
And if you don't think your child will be able to say, okay, you know what? My mom said I can't say this, so therefore I'm not. Mind you, I don't have older kids right now.
Yeah.
My hope is that I can teach my children what respect is through me showing them what respect is, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you should be able to teach your kids, hey, you have to respect your friends. They believe in this. Even though you don't, let's not spoil that for them.
In the same way that you wouldn't have someone go up to a religious person that has different beliefs and be like, you're wrong. You don't do this. You don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of the same exact respect in a different way. But I will say, my oldest child, Nixon, is very opinionated and very, like, okay, for example, we get to Disneyland. We're in line to go see Minnie at her house. We're, like, sitting on her couch. We're doing all the things. Nixon starts saying, she's in a costume. She's fake. She's in a costume. And I'm like, okay, so my kid would be that kid. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I understand you can't always.
No, you can't
do
always.
That, but you can set a precedent, especially about this. Like, we really only talk about the magic for November and December. You can sit your kids down and have a real conversation. And I know slip up happen, but I'm like,
but I also feel like people. If you were to have that conversation with Nixon beforehand of, hey, it is really magical for people to go and see Minnie Mouse. Let's not ruin that for other people.
Yes.
Nixon's the type of kid that he thinks things through. His brain is always firing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but you have a lot of younger siblings. I am the oldest of 6. When it was my turn to help with the magic, that's how my mom phrased it. She's like, do you remember how fun that was? Like, I want you to be a part in making it magical for them.
Well, that's one thing that
like,
I've
almost
seen
giving
people,
them a responsibility.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've seen people is they're like, okay, when your child finds out that someone isn't what they thought they were.
Yeah.
Don't straight up be like, nope, it was whatever. I love the fact that people are starting to say, okay, so they're not a person. They are a feeling. They are a experience. So
idea.
Technically, saying that they're not real isn't true because they are. They are very real by feeling what you feel during the holidays. It just, there's different people providing those feelings. There's different people providing that magic. So I feel like you can always turn that with kids to okay, maybe they're not a solid person in front of you, but it's a feeling. It's a
And it's okay to call that feeling that.
A person, yeah.
Yes. Which is so interesting. I had never really heard this narrative of people calling it a feeling until this year. And I'm like, I really like that. Like, I really think going into next year, especially because my eldest is so stinking smart, I'm going to have to get a little crafty and just really be careful about how I'm framing it. Because, I mean, kids are kids. They're going to be mean. They're going to be little monsters and spill things, but you can only do your best.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, it's so hard because some kids want to tell their friends because they now know, and now they can tell them all the exciting things they know now. They get to help with presents now. They get to help with all these things now. They want to tell their friends that they can help too. So sometimes it's a lighthearted, like,
mix up almost. I totally get it. But
it's such a hard situation.
In my experience with listening to podcasts and social media, can we just not, like,
be more careful about it?
Let's just be a little careful.
Like, if your podcast is for mothers,
and mostly 90% they're going to be in the car,
their kids are going to be there. So at least let them know, hey, put on some headphones, or pause this part to when you're wrapping presents later by yourself.
I truly do not listen to any podcasts in the car around December because it has almost been ruined. Like, there's so many times that I barely clicked it in time. And I'm like, what the heck?
No.
And other things. Anyways.
I hit my mic. Like,
listen, we're passionate about this.
This is not even what the episode's about.
No, not in any way, shape, or form. But it is about the mental load, in the invisible mental load that we as women carry. I've been feeling hard. I feel like I've been so exhausted lately, mentally, and just drained. And it's not, I can't really even put my finger on what it is, because it's not like, oh, I'm so sorry, I gotta flip this around so I can see it.
You're good.
It's not like I have a lot physically that I need to be drained from. It was truly the mental exhaustion of the holidays and life changes and all that. And I'm like, okay, why am I so exhausted? And I couldn't figure it out. Do you feel that, or am I?
Oh yeah.
And it's literally what I came down to is it is the invisible mental load that I'm carrying at all times.
Yeah.
That you like, there's so many little things.
Yeah.
I was driving down here. You guys know I have to drive up just over 3 hours to get down here. And I was thinking about all of the random things that I have to keep track of in order to keep my life and my family's life running. And I was like, I literally have to be the temperature control person. Like, I have to know what the temperature is going to be in order to get my little kids dressed. Like, there's so many dumb things that you wouldn't think, but, like, all these little things add up.
Yeah.
And it gets exhausting.
No, getting your kids dressed every day is like, okay, so are they going to be too hot if I wear this? Me with Hayden right now. Okay, she is trying to be scooting around, so do I put socks on her feet, or she can be too cold if I put socks on her feet? So she can't wear a onesie because what if she wants to scoot around and I have to take her socks off? Okay, so what about a shirt? Is her shirt going to ride up? Do I need to do a onesie? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? Like,
you have to be
it's a whole thing.
Well, and then sometimes it's like, okay, if I put her in white, is she gonna poop out? Or is she gonna get food everywhere?
So is she gonna have a blood in the car seat? Do I have to bring extra clothes? And if so, do I bring pajamas or do I bring normal clothes?
But then I sit there at night and I'm like, why am I so tired? And why am I mentally exhausted when I literally was just kind of being a mom today? Like, doing my normal thing. And there's not like a clear reason. So the other day, I was literally Marco Poloing and I was like, we need to talk about the invisible mental load that women are carrying, because I kind of had this realization that as a woman, even when you're young, like in girlhood, you start having, and I'm sure men do too. I'm sure the men do as well in a different way.
I saw a video the other day.
I'm ready.
It was so sad. I saw a video the other day and it literally perfectly portrays what conversation we're having.
Okay, I'm ready.
It was, I didn't see a whole thing, so I'm just going to assume it was a brother and a sister. Maybe not, but there was a boy and a girl, and they were talking about, this girl was talking about how she has an extra bag in her backpack that she carries around in case they're ever in a school blank.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Not going to say it because we know what I'm talking about.
A scary school situation.
A lockdown. We'll say a lockdown.
Oh, that's a good call. Yeah, lockdown.
So she was talking about how she's like, oh yeah, I have an extra bag in my backpack that I carry around that has everything that I might need or others might need if we're in a lockdown. And she's like, I don't ever really think about it. It's just everything that we might need in a life-threatening situation like that I could need in a lockdown like that. And the boy or the brother or whatever, he starts crying and he's like, that's bad that you're thinking about that. Yeah. You have to think about that. But the fact that she's in middle school or whatever, thinking about what others might need in a lockdown like that. Not even what she might need, what others might need. And it's an extra pound in her backpack that she carries around every single day. I think that perfectly explains.
No, that's wild.
She had to think through what she could do for others in that
what
situation.
Tools would be helpful.
Which it is disgusting that we live in a world that a middle schooler is thinking about that. I'm not even going to talk about that. I have a lot of fired up. It's disgusting. Disgusting.
I can't even. Middle school is what? 11, 12? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That is 4 years older than Nixon. That is
one of the biggest reasons I'm homeschooling my kids. 100% out of fear.
I up until the last few years, I have been sorry. I've been I've been
watch out, Riley.
So hesitant to even entertain the idea of homeschool. I'm like, I don't know if that's for me. But after the sicknesses we've been having this holiday season, as well as just the things that Nixon comes home learning, specifically from his friends that have older siblings, I'm like, I'm not ready for you to know that and to be bringing that language in. And it's like, I understand why people are doing that. And I love that now this world, I feel like the world of homeschool has gotten so much bigger and so much more accessible.
Right. One of my favorite things that I saw, seeing my siblings be homeschooled, and Savannah and Lizzie go to high school for a couple classes. My parents trying to find ways to get them more social without whatever. I've personally started the train of homeschool. Branson was homeschooled for a minute, but it didn't really spark anything until my parents saw that I was struggling so bad in school and I did good at homeschool. And they're like, oh, this is good because she can pick and choose what she wants to do, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that I watched was I have some family members that their daughters are about the same age as my sisters. And I was watching for a little while. At the age of 11, 12, 13, all of a sudden they have to be covered in the thickest foundation and all kinds of makeup when their skin's totally fine and they don't think they're pretty enough in the morning. So they have to put makeup on before anyone sees them and and they don't have imagination anymore and they have to be on their phones and all that kind of stuff. And at the age of 13, Savannah and Lizzie would go and play Barbie still and have an imagination, and not in a childish way. They still had imagination. They still were using their minds and they weren't glued to their phones 24/7. And if you look at he's a teenager right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't act like a jerk like most little teenage boys right now. He doesn't have this crazy, is the sweetest little boy ever.
Oh, 100%.
And I genuinely believe it's because they're not seeing these social norms that's being forced.
Stereotypes.
I tell Ty all the time, because people are always like, oh, wait till Hayden's a teenager. Wait till wait till she hates you guys. And I'm like, nope, we're not teaching her that.
Yeah.
We're not teaching her that's normal. Because if you look at it, go watch any TV show with a teenage girl in it. She's a brat.
They're not nice.
Go watch anything with an older brother and older sister. They're brats.
And they fight.
That's something that is taught in society. Yes, siblings fight.
Yes.
But not every sibling is like Home Alone where they all hate each other's guts and wish they'll disappear. I never felt like that with my siblings, but that was never taught to me. It's a taught thing. And the whole teenage, I knew it personally because when I went to school and saw how my friends were talking about their parents, I was a hellion. I was horrible to my parents. I was horrible. But the second I started getting homeschooled and realized, wait, maybe this isn't normal, all of a sudden my parents weren't the worst people in the world.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, wait a minute, I could be friends with my parents. I don't have to hate them. It's a taught thing. I truly believe society teaches teenagers to be horrible. Society teaches girls to be, when you're on your period, you're a jerk to everyone and you can't talk to anyone. No, you should be able to talk to everyone and say, hey, I'm just really frustrated right now. This is how I'm feeling. I'm not just being a jerk just to be a jerk. It's a taught thing.
It is a taught thing. I think social media makes it 19 million times worse because you know that trend, it was a while ago that it was the 12-year-olds at Sephora. What 12-year-olds need to be at Sephora?
None.
Like, what 12-year-olds, like you were saying, the makeup and stuff, it's just so interesting.
12-year-olds should still be at the park. I'm sorry.
No, they really
12-year-olds should still be going to the store and trying to say, I want that Barbie next. I want that Barbie next. You don't have to give up your childhood the second you turn 12 years old. A certain age.
No.
There needs to be a gradual, like, all of a sudden it doesn't have to be makeup one day. Boys, like,
there doesn't have to be an exact timeline. Everyone's different. Everyone has their things. Rayla loves makeup, like play makeup and stuff, but she's not doing it to change. She's doing it to be fun and dress up and like be.
It's not necessarily the action of makeup.
Yes.
It's the fact that all of a sudden
you're morphing into match everyone else in a bubble.
Yeah,
it's like a societal expectation almost, an unspoken societal expectation. The same thing as a phone. Nixon is in first grade. He came home and he said, when do I get a phone?
Nope.
And I laughed.
Nope.
I really did. I said, oh, buddy.
No, Ty and I have decided our kids will not be getting phones until they are 12 years old. And if they get a phone before that point, we will have a shared family flip phone. Not because I want to control them. Not because whatever. Because I see firsthand the addiction.
And there's no need.
It's such an addiction to have a phone in my hand. Constantly. It's like a drug. I can't put my phone on the counter for more than a day.
Well, have you heard of the brick? Side tangent. You guys, we are going to talk about the mental load, but I actually think this is a really good conversation.
This conversation is a mental load.
This is a mental load with your kids. For sure. Have you heard of the brick?
It's a phone?
No. Okay, so it's a device that locks you out of specific apps on your phone, and you physically have to tap it to it in order to have access to social media. So you can use all of the other things but when you're ready to get on social media. So say, for example, I don't scroll very often. However, when I am busy and I have to go upload, sometimes I will catch myself scrolling for longer than I needed to upload. So in order to, or maybe I had a lot of videos that I needed edited. I can't get on my social apps until I unbrick my phone. You need to look into it. It's so interesting. Yeah. I've also just saw one of my favorite creators. Her name is Alex Hazen, I believe is her last name. She has like a card version that she just keeps in her wallet as a content creator. And it literally like unlocks, you tap it and it unlocks all the things.
So cool.
But she's like, my mental clarity, my mental health, like I'm so much more present with my kids when I'm home. I don't just pull my phone out to scroll. When we sit down for dinner, if we're going out to eat, we're talking in the waiting room. We're not all mindlessly scrolling. And I'm like, that's so interesting because going back to Nixon was like, so when do I get a phone? And I was like, buddy, honey, we're not going to do, like, that doesn't even need to be a conversation. Mom drops you off or daddy drops you off or picks you up. Like when we go to school, I know where you are at all times. And he's like, but they have one for this and this. And he's like, well, some people have watches. What about a watch? And I was like, when you get big enough, we will get you something. I don't know what it is yet, whether it's a watch that you have 4 people that you can contact. And
genuinely, as someone who started with a flip phone.
Oh, it will either literally be a gizmo, like, or the gizmo watch or the Gab watch or some sort of walk down. And it will be
100%. Like, my kids will start off with walkie-talkies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Go to your friend's house, take this walkie-talkie, don't change the channel. Like, there's no need to give them that addiction that early. It's just like the whole iPad kid. The thing is, again, public school is this pushing of you have to be a public norm type thing.
Yeah.
And I am a public school hater because I personally, that was the closest I've ever been to not wanting to be here anymore is because of public school. Genuinely is where it started. Because
it makes sense that you have strong feelings about it.
Yeah, because I am a type of person where I can't learn within the boxes that the schools set. And in America, I don't know about other places, in America, there is a very cookie cutter system that if you do not fit in this way of how you do math, in this way of how you write essays, in this way, you are wrong, you are stupid, you will never survive in this world.
And you will not be successful.
And you will not be
successful. You will not be prosperous. You will not,
you're not. That is so heavy for a child or a teenager to hold. That's so heavy. And
even
for me
standardized testing.
Yeah. For me personally, it's like, okay, so I get to watch my siblings choose what they want to do when it comes to school, choose what they want to be. They're not being forced into this social norm of what you have to do. They get to choose who and what and how they want to do things in their life. And when. And it's so cool to see that when there are other people around that, I'm not like comparing in a bad way. Other people do great in public school. Like, it's great, whatever. But there are just some things that public school cannot provide in the way that homeschool, close, intimate, that kind of thing can.
And it is
also
hard.
The other way around. There are things that public school can provide that homeschool cannot.
It's so true. And I feel like this is a hard conversation for me. Not hard. This is more of a conversation than like, I don't know really where I stand because
I don't know.
Nixon is in public school right now. I have the ability to homeschool. I totally could.
But you also get that break during the day.
I get that break during the day, but also Nixon and my kids specifically thrive in that social. Riley would, I will say this, would not have survived everything that happened in his life without public school. And I will die on that hill. And it was the best thing for him. His friends saved him.
Yeah.
And because of what was going on at home. Yeah. And he grabs onto that experience and that was like important to him. So when we talk about homeschool, he's like, I don't know if I can take that away from my kids because that's what saved him.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's so different than I feel like when we were even in school, homeschool. Like there are co-ops, I believe. There's so many socials. And for me personally, my kids really love, like Rayla loves dance, Nixon loves sports. And I'm like, if we had more time to let you do those things, it wouldn't take away from our family time if we were homeschooling. Yeah. But doing all of it with public school, Nixon gets home, he gets off school at 3:30 and he goes to bed usually about 8. What do you mean? That's how much time that I have with my 7-year-old. Like, there's just no reason for him to be sitting in a desk that long.
And that's what Ty and I talked about is homeschool is going to be so hard. Yes. Because it is.
Yeah.
But I personally, again, I didn't do good in public school. It was bad. And so something that Ty and I talk about all the time because we don't want to take away social experience. We're like, okay, they have to be in clubs. But also, whereas Ty, when he was younger, he was going to public school. He had to be in something all the time. He had to be doing all the sports. And yes, he liked it, but he had no family time, which whatever. Like he was a teenage boy, so he's like, whatever for him. It didn't matter. It doesn't really matter. But he was in something all the time, 24/7.
Almost to keep him busy in a sense.
Almost to keep him busy, yeah. And so I'm like, okay, so what would you prefer? And he's like, I want them to be in something, but I want it to be their choice 100%. He had a choice, but there are times where he's like, I had a choice? Yeah. Question mark? And I'm like, okay. Yeah. So I want our kids to know I'm going to dance because I want to.
Yes.
And if I want to be done, I'm going to be done.
Like 100%. And that's where I'm at a tricky spot is I'm like, I don't know how we're going to navigate if we do homeschool.
Me neither. I'm not there for a minute.
No.
I'm not there for a minute.
I'm not even going to lie to you. It is a very topic that's on my mind a lot, especially because Rayla would go to kindergarten next year. And I'm like, and I know we have a big change this year with Riley being home. And I'm like, that's going to give me so much more flexibility to be able to do that. But also like, I don't know yet. So I don't know exactly where I stand.
It's easy for me to sit back and say I'm going to do homeschool at the place where I'm at.
That's true.
It's very easy for me to say that. There might be a day where I'm like, holy cow. I told my mom that I'm like, there's a chance we might have you come and do homeschool for my kids.
I was going to say Noni school.
No, we're going to do that.
I will be moving down here for Noni school.
No, I'm dead serious. There are times where I'm like, hey, so me and Mara are on the same page. We're like, Avi and Haiti are going to be, they're going to be getting a social life because they're going together to Noni school.
Yes. Yes. Well, and I think that's my biggest fear with homeschool is the social because my social was a saving grace to me as well. But I don't believe you need homeschool for that. But I also kind of feel like this could seem very insensitive to people that don't have the ability to homeschool. The people that really need public school in order to get out of whatever home situation they're in.
This is mostly, my feelings on it are all personalized. Yeah. From where I struggled in public school, from where Ty had struggles in public school. We're also taking where he soared in public school, and we're taking that into account because there are also certain programs that you can do where you can send your kids to public school for an hour in the morning. You can send your kids to high school for Savannah and Lizzie both go every B day. So Savannah and Lizzie go half of the week. And they do classes that they want. So they do choir, they do seminary.
Almost like electives.
Savannah was doing child development for a second. Anyway, basically it's classes that they would want to do, which I love because I personally, if my kids want to go to the high school, 100% do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But if they struggle in math and you don't want to have a teacher sit and say, no, you have to do it this way, you have to come and do it at home. Learn at your own pace. Like that for me was so hard going to a math class when I'm pretty sure there's a dyslexia for math. I don't remember what it's called. There's an actual thing. I'm pretty sure I have that.
I did not know that.
There is. Look it up.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I have that because I can't with math. And the amount of times I had teachers basically telling me I was a moron without telling me I was a moron.
That's so obnoxious.
Yeah.
Well,
I keep thinking that we're like getting off track. This is a mental load.
And it's really hard. And like I've said it a couple times. This is a weird conversation for me because I don't know where I stand, and I know that I'm like conflicting myself in what I'm saying. But this is me processing it.
Yeah, let's be honest. Homeschool and public school both aren't great options,
no,
and they're great options.
Yeah,
both of them have great things, and both of them have not so great things. It's so hard because whatever you pick, it's going to be wrong.
Yes, everything is going to have its hard. Everything's going to have its pros and everything's going to have its cons. You just have to decide what is best for you in your life and what you're willing to deal with. In this moment in time, the idea of the outside world and how disgusting our world is right now, having that already introduced to my 7-year-old is disgusting to me. And so I'm like, the only option I see is to pull them out.
It's so hard because the mental load of motherhood.
Yes.
Every option you pick is wrong.
Or you're going to have an excuse or something in your mind that is telling you, oh, this is why it's wrong.
Yeah. I kind of feel like sometimes my mental load as a mom is more, I'm a YouTuber. There's more that people see. After all of the situation with some mother influencer, anything you do wrong or anything you do on social media is always walking the line of wrong. And on social media, Ty and I have boundaries set where as soon as Hayden starts crying, we turn off the camera. We don't need that. We're not going to film that. As soon as if Hayden were to bump her head, we're not going to turn on the camera and be like, she bumped her head, da, 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 da. If we want to talk later about she bumped her head, that was a really scary experience because this happened, or I was thinking about this, I should have moved that, or we can talk about our experience stepping away. Because the mental load of what we're putting out on the internet is so heavy. Okay, I want to make sure that we're showing people that you can be a family, you can be a mom, you can be all these things and be happy about it. And I also want Hayden to be able to look back at her life. Am I doing too much? Am I taking away from something? Am I da-da-da-da? And so, like, there are times where I do anything and people are like, you're a bad mom because you're doing this. I'm like,
it makes
my
it so
mental load is more broadcasted.
Yeah.
But that's my own choice.
But
that's my own choice.
Yes, it is. But also, and I hate you signed up for this kind of, you hear when
McKinley
someone's getting
counted. She's
the
same.
I get it. And mine is a little bit different because you kind of grew up in it. I feel like I'm kind of coming into this and trying to decide, okay, what am I okay with? Yeah. And I don't have the 10 years of experience to be like, this is what I'm comfortable with, this is what I'm not. So oftentimes I just don't share all the things, even though I would really love to.
It's just hard.
It is hard. Well, and it's hard because the mental load that you think you see probably isn't even what's going on.
No.
But as I was driving, I was I was voice memoing. I was voice memoing so that I could write later.
Right.
Different things that overall cause general heaviness. And here were a few that I came up with. The need to remember everything.
Birthdays. What we're doing throughout the week.
When the last time you went to the dentist was.
How long your baby took a nap for.
Yes.
What time they took a nap for.
What food is in the fridge. What food is in the pantry.
When do we need to go grocery shopping? Because if you forget one day, you're out of food.
Oh, yep. What size of shoes your kids have?
How much toilet paper do you have? How many diapers do you have? How many wipes do you have?
When's the last time
the toilets got cleaned? Like, yes, obviously I have a husband who thinks about these things too.
But it's different.
his mind is always on the right now. Like, oh, right now I see the toilet's clean. I'm going to clean the toilet right now. I'm sitting there thinking, I can be in the living room and be like, hey, the toilets haven't been cleaned this long. The closet's dirty. The pantry hasn't been organized. The fridge is like sitting in one spot.
My brain doesn't turn off.
No.
Like, I can sit in this room. This is just our Dash of Pink room. And think of so many things that we could do or need to do in order to, like, these curtains are open right now and it is driving me off the flipping wall. Okay, this one was an interesting one to, like, put the words to. Being the emotional temperature checker. Do you know what that means? Like, when you walk into a room, feeling and just, like, as soon as you walk into a room, what is going on here? What is going on here? What is going on here?
Why do I have to figure that out? You're on the verge of having a tired breakdown, so I have to figure that out right now. Are you hungry? Are you tired?
Did you poop your pants?
Do you need a diaper change?
Are you not feeling well?
Do you have something in your mouth? Are you teething? Is your elastic in your hair pulling your hair in one spot?
For my older kids, did I offend you?
Yeah.
Did you have a hard day at school?
Did I tell you we were going to do something and we didn't do it?
Yes. And it's so hard, like, the mental load. And then if you keep going, planning ahead constantly. There's, like, for Christmas, I was getting ready for Christmas in October. If not earlier than that, like.
No, planning ahead constantly and then plans change.
Oh, my life right now.
My life right now.
Your life right now.
My life right now.
Your life right now. Well, and then you think you have it figured out, and then life will hit you a curveball, and you're like, okay, now I have to adjust. But your brain was already ready. Yeah. And already, like, ready to plan on,
you're set on a track.
What's going.
Yeah.
And then when it alters, you keep finding it's almost like you're a pendulum that keeps swinging back and forth. And then, this is my very least favorite one. You're carrying this guilt even when you're supposed to be resting. When you lay your pillow.
Especially when you're resting. Especially.
And it just goes and goes and goes and goes.
Yeah, I didn't take enough pictures for Christmas. I didn't do this. I didn't snuggle Hayden enough last night.
I forgot to switch that load of laundry.
I didn't give Hayden an extra kiss before I left. I didn't do this. I didn't do that.
I didn't give my husband enough undivided attention because I was too worried about the kids. That is my life. So here's the thing. Why do all of these little things add up to being so heavy? I really don't get it. Like, but I understand, like, after we say it, I get it. But why does it feel like all at once? And I feel like I feel it all at once.
Like it's care. We have had a lot of conversations in the past day about people not caring the same way that we do.
Yeah.
And sorry, I'm looking at a dot on the ceiling.
I'm so scared. Dot?
Yeah, like next to that corner. Do you see that little black dot?
Yeah, I do. Is it moving?
I don't
like bugs.
So.
Oh, every time I walk in, do you remember the Scorpion saga? Every time I go in your bathroom, I'm so scared.
Yeah. I found a big old dead scorpion the other day, but it was dead for a long time.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it was just a shell. Anyway. We talk about a lot about people caring. I don't feel like some women that we know have the same experience. I feel like there are some women that we know that it's more of a
transactional.
Selfish and transactional.
I like that. Selfish, transactional.
I feel like this mental load is better than the mental load of other people saying, well, how is this going to benefit me in the end? How can I change the situation so it's good enough for me? Yeah. Which everyone is selfish to a degree. We're all saying that on an everyday basis. A lot of the time, the guilt that we're feeling, we just want to feel better about that. So what can we do quick so we feel better? Everything that humans do is selfish. Everything.
It is. Well, and we are mammals. Like that is what we do. We take care of ourselves first. So sometimes it is hard to, like, tune into that brain. I've been dealing with this weird mental load that, like, I feel like I'm being selfish when I am not. We were kind of talking about that on the drive over here, that it's like, I truly, in my mind, and this is what I'm just going to be so honest. I don't know if I, in my head, am the crazy one that thinks that I am thinking about everyone else and caring for everyone else when I'm actually not, and I am being selfish. And that's what I've been dealing with a lot since.
Yeah.
For the last month, is I feel like I am a very selfless person most of the time. But then, I mean, okay, Nixon lately has been saying that I don't care and that I'm not doing enough things and I've been trying to figure it out and that like I don't know. He's just really smart. And
he is very smart.
So then in my head, I'm like, wait, am I not doing enough? Like what? And I know he's only 7 and I know like 7-year-olds say things, but then I'm like, wait a minute. It's almost playing into that mental, what am I doing?
Right. There's no way to explain it either. Like,
no, I
why
can't.
does it happen? How do we fix it? I think it's just a constant. Because the other thing is, I'm sitting here and I'm like, people are going to think that we're like I know Ty listens to our episodes. And I'm like, he's going to be like, I'm sorry, I don't do enough. That's not what we're saying at all.
No.
It's, again, men are on a, like, one track. Like, they are thinking about what they are currently in. If Ty were to walk in our kitchen, he'd say, the dishes, they're dirty. I'm going to do the dishes. And then when the dishes are done, he'd go to throw away a paper towel. The garbage is full.
Let me take out the garbage.
To throw away the garbage. And then I get on Ty's case so often because when he throws away the garbage, he gets distracted by the next thing and forgets to put it back in the garbage.
I do that.
Whereas for me, it's like I'm thinking about 700 things at once where I'll forget about one thing over here that I was going to do 5 steps ahead because I focused on step 1 and then I do 4 steps. I'm like, what was step 5?
What
was step 5? You know?
So is this like motherhood or is this like something else? Like, do we have something wrong with it? Like, is this a unique experience? Like, are we alone in this? Like, I genuinely want to know.
Be like, what?
I will laugh so freaking hard if everyone's like, what planet were you guys on?
We are not the same.
Okay, quickly. I did like a light research and I was like, how early do women start feeling these pressures? And it was as early as 12 years old. So we're going to start off in young girlhood and teenage years. When was the earliest you remember feeling some sort of a mental load?
It was self-inflicted. With my family, we were going through a lot.
Yeah.
And because we were going through a lot, and also I was in like my rebellious phase, like anytime there was any like family fight or anything, I always blamed it on myself. I was like, I'm the problem. I'm the burden. I'm supposed to be holding everyone together. Like, I took that kind of as a mental load, but that was, I don't know if that's necessarily the feminine part of it or more just the fact that I felt like it was my fault that everyone was fighting.
But that's the first time you remember feeling like the heaviness of a mental load. That's so valid. I feel like emotionally, I have always had to show up and act older than I am.
I felt the same.
Always.
Yeah.
Ever since I was little, and I don't know if that's just because I'm the oldest. I don't know if that's just because of my personality. I don't know if that's just the situation that I was in and other really, really hard things that I've been through in my life. But I have always kind of had to almost, I feel like because of what I was going through, I really learned how to people please and made that how I felt okay with carrying the mental load. And I've noticed as I've gotten older is my mental load relies so heavily on people pleasing, which is so interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's quickly, before we jump into talking about how motherhood changes it, I think there's a lot of a mental load that is put on teenagers going into adults.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the pressures to be on track and continuing to be successful and bettering your lives. Like, you think about the timeline pressures of especially in Utah. I don't know if it's a Utah thing, whether or not they're going on a mission, what age they're going to get married, if they're going to pop out kids, all of the things.
Let's talk about college. I had a conversation with, I'm going to call her my cousin because I'm not quite sure what she is. She's a family member. I
don't know what she is.
So we were at their house a little while ago and she was like, hey, I'm just looking at colleges or whatever. And her dad was like, okay, why do you want to go to college? And she's like, because that's what you do.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm about to graduate. That's what you do. And he's like, okay, what do you mean? And she's like, that's just how everything works. I don't want to just be a bum at my house all the time. I want to make money. I want to da-da-da-da. And he's like, okay, what are you going to go to college for? And she's like, I don't know. I was just thinking about like psychology. I think it would be fine. And I was like, hey, so is that what you want to do? And she's like, I don't know, but I have to do something because I'm graduating. I have to do something.
I have to have my life figured out. I have to have my life figured out.
That stressed Ty out and our friends because it was like, mind you, we got married as soon as he got out of high school. Yeah. We got married early. Everyone thinks it's because we're in Utah.
No.
No. We would have gotten married whether or not it was the Utah stereotype. It had nothing to do with our parents' religion. Part of it did, but not why we got married so young. Anyway, people thought we got married young because we were pregnant or because of church. And neither. We just love each other. So
that's fine. And
anyway,
that's okay.
Right. But there was a lot of like stress on Ty. Obviously, he's in Utah, so it was like, maybe I'll go do summer sales because every teenage boy in Utah does. But it was like, no, I have to have everything figured out. I'm not going to college, but my parents want me to go on a mission. My whole family keeps guilt tripping me because I want to go, but I don't want to go on a mission. And not his whole family. There were some people randomly that were saying things,
like putting the pressure on.
Putting the pressure because that's how
it goes. I have a hot take.
I can't talk about missions. I can't. Nope. I'll get canceled.
I have a hot take. I think college is semi a scam.
I think college is stupid. College is a scam. It used to be worth it. It's not anymore in the world we live in unless you want to be a surgeon or something like that.
Yes.
It is pointless.
Allow me to explain. I think if you are going to be a doctor or going for something specific that you know you want to do, or even if you say, I really want to learn more about this, great. But if you are going like your cousin to go and to check off a list, I highly encourage you to just take 45 seconds, take a deep breath. You can move out of your parents' house. You can continue being an adult without immediately getting yourself into thousands and thousands and thousands, sometimes hundreds of $1,000s of debt.
Listen, ready?
None of us.
Ready? Listen to this. You live in America, okay?
You
are basically required in America to live with debt. There are certain things. If you try to get a house, if you have never had debt in your life, whether you're still in it or you paid it off, it's going to be harder to get a house.
Yep.
Believe it or not. Okay? America feeds through debt. College is the scam, the fastest way to get you in the same boat as everyone else. It's so pointless. Unless you want to be a doctor, unless you want to be something like that. It's pointless. There are so many people. You
can teach yourself anything.
In the world we live in, experience is the most important thing. If YouTube failed, if YouTube was gone, I would never consider going to college. I would immediately start going to businesses and say, what can I do? I don't care what it is. What can I do? What do you need? Zero experience so I can start getting experience to work my way up to the top. What can I do? There is no way I will go to college unless it's just for funsies.
100%. Look at Riley. We moved
out together.
Dad. Yeah, no, seriously. No, literally. Riley and I moved out together 3 weeks after he graduated high school. 3 weeks after he graduated high school, he got the job that he was at for 7.5 years. He had zero experience. He was at I'm going to tread lightly here. He had so much success at this company. They would not further his success anymore because they needed him where he was because he was so good at his position. That is why we were like, we don't need you anymore. We can do bigger and better.
Sorry, people. But college is a scam. If you're going to go to a class and be taught about business from a man who still lives in his mom's basement because he cannot afford to get a house anywhere else because college doesn't pay you well and he's never had a business ever in his entire life, you are wasting your time.
Yes.
I have a friend. He's in college. And I would never judge his decision to go to college, ever. Because his entire purpose of going to college is he loves learning. He always wants to be point in life where he's learning. But if you're going to college just because it's how the world works, go anywhere. Walk into a business, look them in the eye and be like,
get the experience.
What do you need? I will be whatever you need me to be. What do you need? That's what businesses need right now.
Well, okay, back to Riley. He literally started at the bottom of that company and worked his butt off, learned everything, figured it out. He bettered himself. He read books. He figured it out. He was working a better job than 45-year-old men that went to college that are still paying their college debt. And he was
It's not
over
about
them.
College anymore.
It's not about that. It's
about
experience.
Determination and experience.
But that being said, there's a time and a place for college. Your friend, she loves reading.
Yeah. He loves learning. He loves learning. I would never judge him for going to college because he'd look me in the eye and say, it's because I want to learn. That is amazing. That is amazing. But if I have someone who comes up to me. One of Ty's friends, okay? He now wants to be a brain surgeon. Never in his life talked about being a brain surgeon.
That's impressive.
Now he's going to go to school, whatever, I guarantee you, I've not talked to this guy in whatever because he is such a misogynistic. I don't throw that word around.
Oh no.
He is such a misogynistic little boy.
Oh no.
That I don't. He would make the most sexist comments.
Does he
and
drive
he was
a big
dead
truck?
serious about it. No, but he's like 4 feet tall, so I don't really care. And
Same energy if you're catching the drift?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, but I'm like, he's just going and he's not going to do anything with it.
Yes.
Sorry. There are so many people who are, back to the mental load, back to what we're talking about. I feel like that's why it's such a mental load on people in that age, because the world we live in is like, no, you have to go to college. And we all know that it's pointless.
And I guess where we're at with the mental load, if you are feeling that heaviness and you are feeling that, I encourage you to just take some time to think about what you really want out of your life. If you're going to check it off for other people, maybe don't go. Maybe think of something else to try in the meantime.
Yeah.
Take 6 months. Like, just, there's so much time in the world. We don't need to rush into it. Okay.
Yeah, I get super passionate and opinionated. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
This episode is all over the place, but apparently we needed to yap. Okay, another really quick. Transitioning into when we got married. I feel like when I got married, I immediately, for some reason, took the whole mental load. No one assigned it to me. Riley didn't say, I need you to do all of these things. I just said, I will take the mental load of the house. I will take the mental load of the kids. Obviously, obviously I was pregnant, but I was pregnant when we got married. But like all of these things, I took that on, and it hasn't been until the last, honestly, year that I had to I literally had to have a conversation with Riley and say, I need you to help me with this load. And he didn't even know. Like, he had no idea until I voiced it. Do you feel like that? Or like, am I crazy? Because I would be interested where we have different lives a little.
Because I've gone through I feel like a big part of this is the fact that we live in Utah. It's the woman's job to keep the house clean. The man's supposed to come home from work, put his feet up, and
Relax.
be what do they say? Be the priesthood holder, the
patriarch.
The patriarch of the family.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think this is for everyone. I understand stay-at-home moms, it's their job, whatever, to clean and do the work at home while the husband's working. I am a firm believer that when the husband gets home, then it becomes they're both working together, right?
Yes.
So I'm not even a fan of it's one person's job to do the housework, right? Ty and I didn't always have that or we didn't have the 100%, it was my job to take care of the house. But there was 100% a point where I felt like it was.
Yes.
And there are still days where I apologize because I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing enough. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, the house isn't clean. He's like, okay, that's not just your responsibility.
That's so interesting.
But it does sit on my shoulders as if it is. Not that he puts it on my shoulders, but it just naturally kind of falls of, my house is a mess. It's my fault. The dishes are dirty.
I feel
that's my fault.
I feel that. It's been interesting because since Riley hasn't been working, he notices. He's like, I'm sorry. We've had so many conversations. He's like, I'm sorry that you have had to do this for so many years. I didn't realize.
So validating.
It is so validating, but also at the same time, I can't it's really hard for me to untrain my brain. And how do I give a little bit more of that?
My problem.
It's so interesting.
Self-inflicted mental load. Okay. McKinley and I have talked about this before. My self-inflicted mental load is the fact that I have a way I want things done.
Oh, me too.
And when they don't get done, I get mad. So there are times where Ty doesn't do things, but because I don't really allow him to do things.
Yes, we're going to talk about that.
It's just, there are certain things that can be used in certain... I know I have OCD. I don't need to get it diagnosed, okay?
Literally told Riley on the way down here, I'm like, babe, I think I have OCD. And he's like, yeah,
my family's constantly like, yeah, you've got issues constantly. But I think there's also a self-inflicted mental load that we as women have because men just get things done and women have a very specific way of getting things done.
Yes.
Very specific.
It's so interesting. And it's weird to have these conversations because it is a mental invisible load. Everyone's is so different. You might be listening to this being like, what the crap are you guys talking about?
Are crazy. I love college.
Yes. People do. They really do. And
yeah.
I have a lot of family that swear by it. And being a parent adds a whole other layer to the mental load. That is one thing that Riley has realized because being home, he's like, I didn't worry about these things with the kids because you had that. Yeah. And Riley and I never developed when you're home, we completely split house duties. We completely split parenting. I am so grateful that Riley is a really good and involved dad, that he has been able to, ever since we had kids, when he's home, he is present and he is there. Right. However, when he's home, I kind of put the house stuff on pause. And it hasn't been until the last year that I've like, no. Every night before bed, we do a house reset. We together clean the house so that it's ready for the next day. Because even while Riley was working and I was the stay-at-home mom, yes, I was also working. But while I was the stay-at-home mom, my job was to be the stay-at-home mom, not the housekeeper all day. Yeah. And that was an interesting line. I don't know. It's so hard. Why is the mental load more draining than like a physical work?
I don't know. I would do physical stuff all day long, but the hard thing is half the time the mental load is so heavy that I can't be motivated to do the physical work. Does that make sense?
Yes. So I personally have a lot of emotions that come out when the load is too much, like resentment and snapping and emotionally shutting down and then snapping is kind of my MO. I will fester and let it brew and feel it, and then I will snap, and then I'm like, mom guilt, cue it.
Even self-resentment.
Self-resentment, like, why did I feel that way?
Belittling, self-belittling.
Yes.
I'm worthless so because my dishes are dirty over there, and I didn't do this enough, and I was not this for my husband, and I was da-da-da-da, and I should be reaching out to my mom right now. I should be calling this family member that I haven't called in a while, and I hadn't talked to him, and I didn't go grocery shopping, and I didn't wash the windows that haven't been washed in a year. Why does it matter?
And then you sit there and you're like, why do I feel this way? And then you feel misunderstood because you think no one can understand. But I guess what I want everyone to kind of pull from this podcast in this episode is everyone has a mental load of some degree. Everyone is dealing with something and they're trying to navigate it and it feels heavy for them. Yeah. The best things that I personally do when I'm feeling like that and I'm feeling like I'm going to snap is voicing it, whether it's out loud to myself, like when I'm driving in the car, sometimes I'll just whisper. I'll be like, I need to do this. And then when I'm feeling the mental, like, because I make lists in my head. I'm like, I need to do this, this, this. I will physically get a piece of paper or my notes app out on my phone, and I will write down the checklists. Most important things. What are the top 3 things that need done? We're not going to worry about anything else.
Ty and I were doing that for a while where before we had Hayden, we need to get back to it, where we would start the week off with what are the most important things that need to happen this week?
I like that.
We need to get back to it because that was like gold.
Like a priority checklist almost.
Because like we didn't have to be like, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? We would just look at the notes and be like, okay, this hasn't happened yet. I'm going to go do that really quick and then check it off.
I think something that I really want to be better at is when I make my list, I want to be okay with letting things slide that don't get done. Like, and not actually stressing about it. Like, if it wasn't on my top priority list and it didn't get done, it's okay, it can wait. Yeah. Rather than when I lay in bed at night, worry and stress, how am I going to get that done the next day? That's something that I personally want to get better about. Is there anything that you feel like in this mental load? I know you're dealing with a lot. Yeah. Giving yourself grace.
Yeah. Probably just sharing it more. I feel like I try with Ty, but then there are times where I feel really guilty because it makes him feel guilty, or then I feel like maybe I can't tell him because I don't want him ending up feeling guilty for it. And so I just carry it more and more and more. And I just need to find a better way to carry and also share that carry. Does that make sense?
I totally see that. I kind of want to take that too.
There's no way that you can fully drop the load. You never will. And I feel like saying that, I'm like, if I were to set a goal and be like, I'm going to put the load down every once in a while. No, you're not. That's delusional. You're not. No, if you 100%. Were born with this load and it just changes what's on there, why don't you invite someone to help you carry it instead of holding it on your own constantly?
And it's really hard. And like you're saying, Ty will feel guilty. Riley does that same thing. Like, I don't want to even make him feel guilty that he's not thinking of these things because I don't want to give that to him. But also, like, it's going to help me just voice it and be like, hey, Ry, I really need a little bit more help with the laundry this week. It's drowning me. I know you've been focusing on dishes or something. just an open communication, I think, is
one thing
so
that I
big.
do. This is really fast. I'm really fast. When I can feel a mental load and I know, okay, dinner needs to happen today, I'll turn time like, you're up on dinner. I don't even ask me a
That's so
question.
nice.
Don't anything. You're up on dinner. And that's the best example I can give of what I do. Of
Just a quick
sometimes
hey.
you don't even need to give a reason. Just be like, today's heavy. I need you to do this.
I love that.
And then talk about it later.
That's so nice. That's
Anyway,
a good idea.
You're always going to have a mental load. It's always going to be hard.
Even if it's invisible.
Invite people to help you.
Yes. Ask people for help. And if you don't have physical help, just find someone that you can like talk to and voice it. Like my best friend has 3 kids just like me. And I'm like, can we just talk about how hard this is for a minute? And even just having them talk, like this is so healing because we're both dealing with it. I don't know. You guys love the mental health episodes and hearing us yap. So if there's anything specific,
this was definitely a bouncing all over the place yap sesh. I'm so sorry. I'm a brat.
This would have been our most chaotic episode yet.
Yeah,
that would have been
I
the
know
title.
this is gonna be one of those episodes where I sit back later and like, I'm
oh,
such a brat. So I promise,
It's
guys,
okay.
I'm not a horrible person. I
No,
just have
you're not.
very strong opinion. See, my mental load is coming.
The mental load, and you know what? It's okay. And we're not even going to go there. This was a great episode.
Yeah.
We needed to share it. I hope other people needed this. But let us know what kind of episodes you want to hear from us moving forward. And we love you. And always remember that
You are worth it. Love you. Bye.